Well, being in Atlanta all this time and then going to Nashville, where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch or hoe in Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music.
Yeah, it don't
and your
fly.
Professional career will suffer.
Yep.
At what point in the black community do our men create real homes?
Wow. She must be talking about the men that she qualifies for.
And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life.
Okay.
I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability.
Cam, say something.
To literally turn the narrative on black family. You know?
What's interesting is that she's essentially talking about Cam Newton, who has created a lot of families outside of his current family, right? So I think that it's an interesting place to bring up the conversation. So I'm interested to see what the response is going to be here.
And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be.
Okay.
So I'm asking right now, black men.
Why is it just the men?
I got to tell my black men to really step up for black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool.
What? Okay.
Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool.
Now, why I appreciate conversations like this, because it challenges men to step up to the plate and to stand on business. We've done content recently on men that refuse to do that, and they buck to the feelings of those in the opposite sex. Now, while we can give credit and just do that, yes, that there's some men out there that are perpetrators of breaking up families, how dare you encroach on this conversation without a real conversation on the women that continue to choose those men. Over 50% of black men in the United States today have 0 children. And guess what? There are more black women that have children. So what does that mean? That these black women are having kids by the same men. By you saying where are the black men that would want to do that, you are effectively negating over 50% of the available options. How disrespectful of you, K. Michelle. But instead, you'll utilize the platform to castigate or to tear down the subset of men that you are talking about without having any accountability into the decisions that those that share your same sister code need. But you know another reason why these men go home to they women? Because they women are worth going home to. They know how to honor a man. They know how to respect a man. And they damn sure ain't gonna go to another man's podcast with all of their breasts hanging out. But see, you want us to step up to the plate. But does the way that I'm speaking about you and looking at your particular situation bother you? Because that's the reality of what men face. They've been saying this shit, but women like you do not listen.
And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are
Here we go.
Where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening. Because there's so many other things around you going on.
Here we go.
That
no accountability.
Are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there.
Okay.
And they see their mama sad at night.
Okay.
At what point
so that's just the man's fault?
Is the successful black men in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day.
Whoa. This is why I tell my G's so often is that you have to identify trauma-filled women early, for you cannot change the trauma, for she does not want to, and she seeks solace in her victimhood. That's their comfort zone. It's almost like they walk around with a comfort blanket of unaccountability. Yes, there are men out there that need to absolutely step up to the plate, but we cannot have this conversation fairly unless we address the other side of the coin as well. If we're working off of half-truths, then we may not be addressing the real problem. If you go into the doctor and your bone is broken and they put a Band-Aid over it, well, then the bone will never heal. Just addressing black men is that Band-Aid. Set the bone. Address both of them.
I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave?
Culture shock for
at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife?
Worth taking care of.
At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it. We're never gonna have it.
She not lying.
It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that. I didn't come here for that. But at what point do you take that black woman? Do you be in a home and show your kids what it's like, you know? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things.
Yeah.
And I know life happens. You can't be with somebody you don't want to be with or whatever. But my grandparents did it. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I've turned down 3 rings, because they wasn't like my grandpa.
At some point, a component of the question must be asked. She's seen marriage throughout her family. She compliments her 92-year-old grandfather and how he would treat the family, the women around him. Yet somewhere along the path, she was injected with information that got her completely from her goals. And I know that not only because her relationships have been documented on TV, but she's rejecting 3 rings. Why are you getting in the long-term relationships with men that you're going to reject 3 rings from within your life? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your womb. And it's been documented that she's gotten baby self-deletes.
So I was tired of hearing you.
You tired of hearing me talk about an abortion that you wasn't there for? I don't believe in abortion.
So why did you have one?
Because you wasn't there for me.
And after you've gained this amount of age, gained this amount of use, gained this amount of baggage, gained this amount of trauma, you just want men to just accept what this is to build family with you? What? This is why I challenge modern day feminism at every moment that I damn can, because it is the enemy. It's already the enemy in the white community, but in the black community, on top of the other issues within the black community, pushing these proponents of self-hate or gender hate and doing it in such intelligently manipulative and subtle ways. It's inflicted into the minds of these women where they can't even see how they can be responsible for the situations that they are in. These women will knowingly, continuously choose a Cam Newton, a Nick Cannon, and I'm only saying their names because they're popularized black men with a ton of damn kids, but they will choose men that have exercise ultimate flexibility within their lifestyle, thinking that they can change him or thinking that it's going to be any different. This is insanity. You're trying to do the exact same thing multiple times with the same type of men and expecting a different outcome. But no matter what, these women continue to lay on their backs and create babies with them. And you expect the 50% of men without children to pick up your mistakes? To be step pappy on another man's saved game? You are bugging, K. Michelle. So cry me a river and miss me with that other bullshit.
My grandfather raised 9 kids on his own because my grandmama died before I could even meet her. What point are our black men going to stop the bullshit, the social media shit and all of that, and build black homes? If we don't build black homes, we can't depend on white folk to build black homes. So when you see somebody like your significant other who clearly loves you, and it's all these black women rooting for her, rooting for you. They want you to build a black home. That's their anger.
I want Cam to speak up, but Cam is doing a service to humanity by not speaking up. So keep going to Cam's platform to air out the bullshit, because then we can come over here and have a real discussion about it. Shout out to Cam Newton.
They don't know you. They can't judge you for anything else. They want you being who you are, being attractive, being successful. They want you to take hold and solidify and build a black home. That's not saying you're not taking care of the kids you have, because clearly you are, and you love your kids. Taking care of your kids and building a home is 2 different things. At what point...
She's not lying.
Are we going to stop these back and forths? Oh, this type of woman don't say nothing to me about that. Well, guess what? You're just weak. Like, you want a strong woman around you. And I'm sorry, like, black women that we get copied from hair to body to everything. Black women are the most unloved individuals.
Here we go.
In America.
Imagine trying to fix this.
But the ones who have built.
The most mimicked.
Most mimicked. Good or bad mimic, you know?
Whoa.
But we looking to you. We looking to you.
Yo.
A successful black man, we are looking to you to change the narrative. And when you don't, it becomes, go on that show and tear his ass up.
Mm-hmm. I receive that. And nothing but a white flag, because I have been guilty. But if we're going to have this conversation, we need to have this conversation.
Go ahead, Cam.
Just like you're holding me accountable.
Hold me accountable.
Okay.
I need black women to hold themselves.
Okay, come on, let's go.
I want to get into the comment section here in a second, because there's, in my opinion, too many K. Michelle, forever, never to be held accountable type women that run around here with thoughts and opinions of things with only half a component of the truth. But these women have traded their femininity for independence, for I don't need no man, thinking that strong means being combative to your man. You cannot build a family when you see submission as weakness and masculinity as a threat. But that's how these women will govern their lives. But the marketing has gotten so deep and insidious that baby mama culture is damn near propagated, so much so that you'll have women celebrating Father's Day. Huh? But I agree with her points that nothing going to change unless the men are active in changing it. I agree with that outcome, but men are going to treat wives like wives and hoes like hoes. And if the image of popularity or trend is hoe, then it is influencing men to not choose them ever, thus declining the family. And unless the burning platform is created and spoken about truthfully, which we do up on this platform over here, so shout out to decentralized media, then the downward spiral that she was talking about will continue. So anyway, let's get down into the comments and see what the general populace is speaking about. Damn, 6,000 comments in 2 days is absolutely insane. Taking care of your kids and building a home is 2 separate things. Wise words. I agree with that. Shout out to the men and women that value family, practice building families, lift each other up, and support one another. She is right. Broken homes, broken communities, broken children. I'm not even 3 minutes into it, and this woman is speaking the truth. Our music is toxic. Rap is about broken homes, drug, alcohol, and toxicity. Black women aren't honored in our community, so I feel her pain and heartfelt message. 2 things can be true at the same time, ma'am. While I agree, rap music doesn't do a great job of honoring women, I mean, shit, it also doesn't do a great job of honoring men, all right? take your top musical talents on the other side, and there's a component of their work that has to do with disrespecting men, that men ain't shit, that, you know, I only use them for a check. There's heavy anti-family sentiments amongst the women at the behest of men. His demeanor, as she clearly articulates or eloquently explains, tells a lot more. This topic is deeper than the surface. I'm glad she brought it up on this platform. This is a real adult conversation, and thanks, K. Michelle, for standing up for Black women. And this is what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's not about hearing both sides and solutioning. It's about just standing up for one side. And the way that she's addressed this conversation has been the way that mainstream media has addressed the conversation for decades now. And that's really has a lot to do with kind of the explosion of men-centric content that addresses in this way, taking a look at facts, data, statistics, and hitting it head on as these things are said. That's why so many people take umbrage to this particular type of content, because they're not used to seeing men be defended, or at least alternate talking points that doesn't paint women with rose-colored glasses. But I think, in accordance to her points, that there will not be change unless men stand on business for that change. But I do understand not everyone has a platform like myself. So really, how much effort should you be pushing in at changing an entire culture? And 95% of the men are just like, well, I'll just go to alternate territories, I'll go to alternate women, or I won't participate at all, or I'll keep my ish tight until I find that diamond in the rough. And until then, you're all for fun. All right, guys, drop me your questions, comments, concerns down in the comment box down below. I want to have a dope conversation in regards to this one. Let's attack this one head on. Let me see them comments light up. Let's get active, and I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.